and welcome to Autism Out. Today I'm just going to have a one take and literally do talk about autism. Um, just to mention that obviously I do skip the gun. I do like go to different subjects straight away, so please keep that in mind. So here we go. Autism for me. I have Asperger's syndrome. Um, I didn't find out until once my mum told me on the sofa when I was at. I used to attend a special needs school, and got a leaflet back saying what is autism and etc. etc. And um, basically, um, kind of explained everything, but I was too young to even sink it all into the back of my mind. So I kind of thought I was having superpowers and this super normal human things. Um, until then, until like once I was getting older, I kind of understand what autism is like. I tend not to socialize, and I keep on learning for myself what I'm like, and it's not a disadvantage. I've got to say, everyone gets it if like not talking socially to your friends and whatnot is something that is quite like I feel it's quite a normal of me, but at the same time, it might be normal of me. So I didn't even know that. So once I kind of found out, as you go along, um, it seemed to teach me a lot about autism and other people, and especially disabilities. Um, I went to an autistic school with all of like special needs people, and it kind of made me learn a bit about how to be patient with yourself and not just that patient with with other people. And it taught me how to accept people's differences. It taught me how to accept people as a whole. It told me how to engage in different environments. You know, it taught me a array of things that I was like not learnt before. Um, Luckily, at the time, I was in a theatre company for a very long time. So, my local theatre company, I do like musical theatre, and it kind of keeps me happy. And, you can't not do anything that doesn't keep you happy. So I love musical theatre. My family is theatre related, so we run our own theatre company for young children. And suddenly, I was like involved in a lot of people that come from different schools, different backgrounds, and which are not special needs people. So I kind of had my like special needs self, and I had like my musical theatre stuff. So that kind of helped me like progress even more, and that kind of helped me like slowly grab up the pace. So I think I was learning from different razor sides that it kind of made my personality, which kind of made my personality what I'm like today. Um, after, so I've been through the whole entire school process, and I was just leaving, and normally in every single last year class, they tend to go to some sort of like they tend to go from a special needs school to a special needs college, or do a special needs course. Um, I took the opposite route. I knew a lot of people. My family knows a lot of people, teachers, etc. And they wanted me, and I kind of found my own feet into going straight to college and studying drama in college. Um, it's not very rare. It's very rare that in an autistic school or a special needs school you find um, other people that, like say for me, drama is my passion. drama theatre is my passion, and so many other people, um, and in my class as well, we were kind of quite like very clever people in our class. So we had fantastic results from all my um, friends slash the pupils in my year, and and basically some of them went to do like maths, some of them went to do sports training, sports college. So we in my class we were quite like very clever, and I like drama, so I went straight into drama and straight into doing all the acting stuff for 2 years. Now I'm not being like kind of. This is probably one of the most funniest points about my life, and this is where I was learning a little bit more than what I usually learn. Um, is that in the school I was in, there were people that had my friends were very much like very much sort of into like their sort of parties. I went to my friend's house parties, and it was like kind of full of like cakes, fizzy drinks, etc., etc. Went to watch films. We were quite the cool kid. I was kind of quite felt like the cool kids, the cool group at the school. And then once college started to hit, and then everything all changed. Like from when I went to college, like the way of like I was watching quite a lot of what my friends were watching. I was kind of like starting to try and get into like the sort of personalities. I was starting to then go into like going to parties, like after night parties. I say after night parties, you probably understand what I mean. Um, and I started to look at a whole different new world of things, and it's not scary. It's actually quite fun, to be honest. And the things about with autism is that, or Asperger's, or any kind of autism out there, is that we tend to copy other people, tend to copy what people say socially. Um, and this is what I'm saying with me trying to copy other people, trying to copy what they're doing, and is what I'm doing different compared to them? I want to kind of feel normal, you know. I think because when you say I'm autistic or special needs, you kind of don't feel normal. So then, if you see like people that you think are normal, um, or what I call is there was a mainstream. What I call is mainstream because you have in the UK you have mainstream schools and you have special needs schools. So I call it mainstream people. Um, so mainstream people are kind of like if you think like you're autistic and you're there with a mainstream person, you you kind of feel like you're left out because you're not technically like them, and you feel completely the odd one out. All I can say to you guys at the moment is if you are special needs and you feel like you're the odd one out, you actually are not. Everyone who is mainstream also has issues regards to different other things like for instance you've got depression, you've got ADHD, exactly on the autism spectrum. There's not essentially on the autism spectrum. Then you've got like other things that could be body issues. There could be other things like there could be loads of different other things, and where people can't express themselves. And if I can say to you guys right now is that you're not alone. People are different. People are not just quote normal. Um, People are different, and people have different needs. So, say for instance, you're not the only one. But anyway, I was in these parties, and I started to kind of quite love my life. I have gone through a Disney Channel phase. I can say that. I liked Hannah Montana, like That's a Raven, and I kind of like started to get myself out of it, and then went to watch things like Comedy Central. I loved watching Two and a Half Men. I loved watching, you know, Scrubs, all these sort of American comedy channels, which kind of got me out of it really. And I started watching like really good, really good programs. Um, then after college, I started to go out with this girl. We're not together anymore, but I used to go out, and her family kind of help run this sort of autistic theatre company, and I was like, oh, I'm really interested in that because I've just done as well after the acting course. I did a backstage course because I'm pretty much into my because I pretty much do what I'm doing now at the moment is sound and sound design. So I do sound for the theatre companies and provide sound. So I did a backstage course. But anyway, after doing the backstage course, I helped out with a show called I helped out with a theatre company called Animate. Fantastic theatre company. I do think that if they're hardly if you got internet, try and look up on what they've done because they're very clever at what they do. And if you are in Plymouth area and you are special needs or disability or disabled, or if not, you want to learn on that sort of spectrum and you want to join the theatre company, then great, just join in. Um, but I started helping out with them, and they was doing a project on autism, and I literally stood there for rehearsal because I had to do sound and projection for the show, and suddenly I had this sort of I sort of well I got all the cast around in a circle, and we got the cast all around in a circle, and they all sat down, and they all started talking about their experiences of autism. And I sat down taking this all in, trying to get ideas for the show. It was like trying to get ideas from sound points, sound plots, and stuff. And then I started having a thought about maybe a great introduction um, would be for me to start learning a bit more about autism, which then started me to go into YouTube and started learning videos and started learning from films and started learning from videos a bit more about autism, but not just that, about how I feel as a person and how I feel differently I am. And then it kind of took a toll on me, and it took a toll on me in a good way. And I started to create this channel called All Is Out because the more I learned, the more I felt like, you know, wow. Um, the more I thought, fantastic. This is great. This is fantastic. You know, this is great. The stuff that I'm learning, I'm taking in. And then I started to create the Twitter, and yeah, then it started to blow up a little bit. I started to have connections with other people, say like the Awesome Mothers in Plymouth. They started to like trying to contact me about decisions and what they want to do, and it was absolutely fantastic. I had great responses from my friends and family, and you know, it was absolutely really, really well. Um, I started to create this blog, which you can actually go onto the website, and my Accept Differences blog, which I do recommend for you guys to actually go and have a read at. It's probably one of my most emotional, yet myself inspirational to myself, because I was like, wow, this is such great, this is such great. I can start writing more inspirational thing for me. And during the time that I was doing during the time that I was doing rehearsals for this for the company, I was actually doing a course for childcare because I did actually like to want to go teaching and want to go to assistant teaching, etc., etc. And sort of after that, once that finished, I had an opportunity from one of my family friends, and she said that the school I used to go to is looking for TA jobs, like teaching assistant jobs, for forgot what it's called now. But I used to attend the course, and I used to go to do the go to college. I used to go to college. I used to go to the school I used to go to, and I was working as a TA. If you get what I mean. Um, so I did that for like years, and by doing that, I learned a little bit more about how different children are when you got autism. Like I started off working at the special needs school for at the special needs school, um, and I started working with the younger ones, with the absolute toddlers of the school, because it kind of works from start of primary to all primary, which is I think it's after. I'm not entirely sure after kindergarten in America. I'm not entirely sure what that is. After nursery they go to primary. So in the UK, and they started from primary and they go all the way up to secondary, and they go to secondary all the way to leave to go to college. And that's what long course is. It's a whole loads of years in the school, and we started. I started in the very youngest class, the first class you go into in primary, and it taught me a lot. It taught me away a lot of how different, of how kids do not know what they are. Kids do not know what sort of needs they've got, but you know that obviously you kind of feel you kind of feel like a little bit sorry for them, and then once the and then I started to do is go into more advanced disabilities. They've moved me to more advantage, like more the higher risk ones, and that taught me a lot as well from learning that they can't speak. Some of them can't communicate well. Some of them can't physically communicate well with you. Sometimes you have to have boundaries between you and the actual pupils because of different reasons, and sometimes it's very disheartening, but at the same time they're learning at the same time and they're enjoying their time. And to be honest, I love teaching autistic children as much as I'm not doing it now, but I feel that obviously Autism Out for me is the best outlet for me to show you guys on Autism Out, what is Autism Out is. Um, so all about on Autism Out, basically. So that's kind of where I'm at now, really. Basically, Autism Out is my main channel to say that, you know, you can't just rely on professionals to tell you um, what autism is like, because they don't. Sometimes professionals don't understand that you can't see from. They don't know. They can't see from the client's eyes, because normally they have a special needs person talking to them. They still won't understand what autism is because they can't. They don't have the feelings. They don't have the um, the right eyes for it. If you know what I'm saying from that point of view. So that's why I created Autism Out. Is because for my own outlet to tell the world what I feel about autism and what kind of autism is like. I've had so many responses on Twitter, so many messages from other people, like on the outside about their personal home lives and their personal dating lives, etc., etc. The list goes on, and it's doing very well. So if you guys would like to have a good gander on the channel, there will be more videos like this in the near future. But at the very same time, we're going to come up with more fun videos, where we're going to do like some acting videos. We're going to do some really good stuff. So please beware and please subscribe. And we're probably going to do it weekly. So yeah, see you guys soon. And we can, and I'm going to save that there.